Among those headed back to school this week, University of Arkansas Fort Smith and University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. Fall semester classes start today, and Fayetteville is welcoming more people back to campus than ever before.
Yeah, let's go out to live. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach. Claire, are you seeing some students starting to wake up and get out and about yet?
You know, Joe, not quite yet. I kind of expected more students to be out by now that the sun is up, but Starbucks isn't open yet. So I guess they don't really have a reason to come out of their dorm this early, unless you have an 8 a.m., of course. But I'm sure we are going to see a few students start to trickle through here very shortly, getting their Starbucks, their coffee for that first day. There is going to be a record number of students on campus this semester. 7,000 nearly will be just in the freshman class, but all of the grades are increasing. That goes for both in-state students, out of state and international. The Walton College of Business is seeing the most growth according to the admissions office. The university is working to keep up with that growth by adding new housing, courses, and other infrastructure. Admissions leaders say one reason that more students are choosing the U of A is what they experience the first time they set foot on campus.
When they come, they see what there is to do here, they see what we have to offer, they see the way faculty members engage, then they say, this is a place I can find as a campus home.
Well, the next time I see you, there's probably going to be a lot of students behind me getting their coffee, their breakfast, and just catching up before the brand new school year starts. It's going to be a great day, definitely going to be a hot one, so probably should pull out the Razorback t-shirts instead of sweatshirts. Live in Fayetteville, covering news for You Live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Maybe some of those students, they, scheduled later classes so they can sleep in a little bit. That's a smart thing to do.
That's what I always did.
All right, other colleges are also starting classes soon. UAFS and Fort Smith, they begin today. Arkansas State and Tech start on Wednesday, and the University of Central Arkansas begins classes this Thursday. John Brown is set to begin on Monday, which is August the 24th. Now today, Thaden School celebrating the opening of its new lower school building in Bentonville. The new space was built for kindergarten through 4th grade with classrooms connecting directly to 2-acre natural playground, which includes a natural play area and raised garden beds. A celebration for the opening is set this afternoon for 1 o'clock.
Now that school is back in session, parents and students still may be having a little bit of trouble making an adjustment to a new routine. But a mental health expert in Fort Smith says one of the easiest ways to overcome some of the challenges is to think of the positives.
Thinking about what you're excited about for this new year, things you're looking forward to, goals you hope to accomplish. But then also, are there any areas where you might be a little anxious or have some concerns, and talking about those with somebody?
She says if students are experiencing bullying, they need to find someone they can trust to open up to.
Well, the city of Fort Smith says it has identified a security event which impacted its computer network. Now it's resulting in the disruption of certain computer systems and even city services. Last night, the city announced that they're working with governmental partners, including the federal law enforcement, to restore the functionality to city services just as soon as they can. They say 911 and emergency services are still fully functional. A Fayetteville nonprofit turning to local churches as part of its effort to address racial inequality in our area.
Yeah, the Zacchaeus Foundation raises money for Black-led nonprofits. The foundation is asking people to give and churches to give. Then Black members of its board will decide which local nonprofits receive that money. The foundation says its long-term goal is to build a $1.4 million endowment by 2035.
Won't solve racism or end racial inequality, but it does represent, I think, a starting point.
The foundation says to qualify, an organization must be Black-led and a nonprofit and based in Northwest Arkansas.
And we're learning more about Tyson Foods' plans to close 2 facilities. Now, last week, the company said that plants in Illinois and Utah are ending their operations. The closures are expected to impact about 2,500 employees there in Illinois and over 700 in Utah. That's according to official sources and worker adjustments and retraining notification filings. Tyson cited reorganization and beef industry struggles for the closures. They're also planning to sell a facility in Washington. Well, coming in this morning, actress Hayden Panettiere has died at the age of 36.
The film and TV star's death was confirmed by her publicist overnight. who told CBS News an investigation is ongoing into the circumstances around her passing. Bradley Blackburn has more.
This morning, authorities in Greenville, South Carolina confirmed the shocking death of Hayden Panettiere. EMS responded to a 911 call Sunday afternoon from an apartment complex where the actress was reported unresponsive. She was given medical assistance but later pronounced dead at the scene. Her father issued a statement saying, quote, "She was an incredible light and a force of nature who brought immeasurable love and joy to all who knew her and to the millions who watched her on screen."
You know, a good friend of mine once said it's more important to be honest with yourself and happy than popular.
The star of TV shows like Heroes and Nashville lived nearly all her life in the public eye. Her career spanned more than 3 decades. One of her early roles was in the film Remember the Titans alongside Denzel Washington.
Still weak on the left side.
We're not weak on the left side.
In 2006, Heroes made her a household name, and Panettiere became a frequent target of paparazzi. She spoke openly about dealing with addiction and in 2014 entered treatment for postpartum depression after giving birth to her first child. She later gave primary custody of her daughter to her ex-fiancé.
Back in the 2000s, there were no boundaries at all. It was rough and tough.
Earlier this year, Panettiere released a memoir and spoke to CBS Mornings about her struggles.
You call them life quakes.
Life quakes, yeah.
And you get through it how?
You get through it by time, finding good therapists, being willing to reflect, check in with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, really do the work.
No cause of death was announced, and her family asked for privacy. Panettiere would have turned 37 this Friday.
Greenville, South Carolina police say the actress was pronounced dead at an apartment complex there on Sunday afternoon.